back. You're still listening to AM Sport on IBR 92.5 FM. Your breakfast sports show on radio and the sport headquarters in southwest Nigeria. Right now, goodness, it is no news. Yesterday, Jose Mourinho has been confirmed as the head coach of Benfica. And the next Champions League game for Benfica is against Chelsea Football Club. That would be a match against his former team, the team he coached twice, that is Chelsea Football Club. What do you think about this particular one? Mourinho, just when we thought that the next club he would be getting would be a lowly rated side, maybe a team in the likes of Everton, Southampton, like that. But Benfica, the heavyweight in Portugal, what do you think about this? Next game for them in the Champions League is the game against Chelsea.
Yeah, I believe it just shows his legacy, like we discussed about, I think 2 days ago. What he has done for the sport is what Benfica is, banking upon now in hiring Jose Mourinho back to the club. So I believe for Jose Mourinho coming back to Chelsea in the next Champions League game, it's just going to be a sweet homecoming for him. He has coached the team twice, and I believe he will tell his boys, we have to win this game. He has this aura around him that you just tell these guys, we are playing against my former team. Let's show them that they are missing. They are going to miss something that he left them with. So I believe for Mourinho going back to Chelsea, it's going to be an interesting matchup, and I can't wait to watch that match.
All right, it will be an interesting matchup. Okay, leaving that right now, let's talk about the fact that Lionel Messi and Inter Miami are close to finalizing a new multi-year contract for the club captain, with just a few details left to be agreed upon. The two parties are in the final stages of the negotiation process. Sources confirm that the deal is expected to be done soon. Once agreed upon by Messi and Inter Miami, the contract will be sent to Major League Soccer for final approval. Despite previous reports linking Messi to clubs in other leagues, both Miami and the Argentina captain had said they remain interested in continuing the relationship on and off the field. So Messi said to sign a new multi-year contract with Inter Miami. Not confirmed yet, but that is closer than ever. He doesn't want to leave the MLS.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, but just want to say that means what he said after the game against Venezuela was just mind game, that he won't be playing at the FIFA World Cup next year. I think he's just trying to play a mind game to rival fans or something like that. So starting his contract with Inter Miami, congrats to him, and he's going to make more money and score more goals for the club.
All right, that's actually a very good one according to goodness. Right now, let's go on and talk about the UEFA Champions League matches that we saw yesterday. This is AM Sport and IBR 92.5 FM. Keep it locked, we're talking Champions League. Shall you see the video? What do you talk? Both Facebook and YouTube. Watch how we can I be my YouTube handle. Alright, welcome back. Let's talk about the UEFA Champions League matches we saw yesterday. It wasn't a good evening for Monaco. They were beaten 4-1 by Club Brugge. Van Aken scored one, assisted the other, and that was the game that our own Rafael Oedika also scored. For Bayer Leverkusen, they were forced to a 2-2 draw by FC Copenhagen. And of course, we saw Eintracht Frankfurt beat Galatasaray 5-1. Osimhen was missing from that game due to an ankle injury. And the coach said he doesn't know when Osimhen would return. But Eintracht Frankfurt had Galatasaray for barbecue chicken. 5-1 it ended. And for Man City, they were 2-0 better than Napoli. For Napoli, they had a red card in that game. And for De Bruyne, it was subbed off in the first half of the game. But Man City were able to win 2-0. De Bruyne played against his former side, Man City, but couldn't even make any impact in that particular game. Goodness, Man City 2, Napoli 0, and Haaland scoring his 50th Champions League goal. And according to the record, fastest to reach 50 Champions League goals, broke yet another record, reaching 50 Champions League goals in fewer appearances than anyone in the history of the game. Yes, Haaland headed City in front against Napoli at the Etihad to tally his half-century of goals in just 49 appearances. 49 appearances, 50 Champions League goals. This is ridiculous from Haaland.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous from the Norwegian striker. It just shows that he's a goal-scoring machine. He has this prowess of scoring goals wherever he plays. So for Molde, for Salzburg, Dortmund, and City now, he has scored 50 Champions League goals in just 49 appearances, and he's still going to score more with the way he's going, with this form he has. So For City against Napoli yesterday, it was an interesting matchup because we saw the homecoming of 3 ex-Manchester players, De Bruyne, McTominay and Ojlund for Napoli. They were in the Napoli starting lineup that played against City yesterday, but De Bruyne early, dismissal from that match due to injury, put a clog into the wheel of Napoli going into that game, and also that red card to Di Lorenzo also dampened their morale. So, but even at that, they gave City a run for their money. This Milan player. So, City getting the win yesterday is going to give them a huge morale booster going to the next game, and even to the Premier League fixture they have against Arsenal this weekend. So, they are playing at the Etihad against Arsenal also this weekend. So that win yesterday was very, very, very crucial. Looking at their present form in the Premier League.
Now, talking about Marcus Rashford, again, we've said it on this program that players that left United, they tend to do well with other clubs. And Rashford scored 2 goals in a crucial game for Barcelona against Newcastle United at St. James's Park. Again, what do you think about Marcus Rashford's performance? And of course, Barca getting an away win against Newcastle, despite the fact that they had no Lamine Yamal yesterday.
I believe his performance yesterday was exemplary, scoring 2 goals against Newcastle. Newcastle proved stubborn in the first half of that game, but Rashford broke the deadlock in the second half and he scored a brace in that game. So it just shows that it is the environment at United, Old Trafford, that is toxic to players playing there. I once joked about it that they call Old Trafford theatre of dreams. So I believe for Old Trafford now, at the moment, it's already becoming an abattoir of dreams where dreams are literally shattered. So I believe it's the environment that is toxic to those players. Look at Rashford scoring a brace for Barcelona. We saw him with Aston Villa last season on loan in the later part of last season. We saw Sancho too with Dortmund and with Chelsea last season too. Players leaving United. We also saw Anthony Dos Santos too with Real Betis, even permanenting his deal with them this summer. Ojlund has scored for Napoli, just joining them from United. So I believe it's the environment at United that is toxic, and huge congrats to Rashford for
the environment at United is toxic.
Toxic to players. We saw Onana at the weekend for Trabzonspor. He had a good outing with at Trabzonspor. So, and at United it was this basket of goals where even a 50-year-old person will score against him. So I believe, like I said earlier, this is just the environment at United, at everything about the club that is toxic at the moment. All
right, and of course we saw Khairat Almaty. They were beaten away from home by Sporting CP 4-1. That one ended in favor of Sporting CP in that particular game. All right, let us leave the UEFA Champions League right now. Let's take a look at the fixtures of matches to expect today across Europe. We're going to be seeing the CAF Champions League qualification first before we talk about the European games. Champions League qualification in Africa. Daje will be up against Al Ahly Tripoli. Wiliete will face Young Africans, and of course African Stars will battle Vipers. In the Confederation Cup today, we're going to be seeing Nigelec against Olympique de Safi, US Osfa of Burkina Faso against Bolo Asu of Togo. We're going to be seeing Aigle Royal of Cameroon, and of course San Pedro of Ivory Coast, Weleita Dita of Ethiopia against Atiyad of Libya. Right there, and of course in the French League on, we'll be saying Lyon battle Angers. In the Bundesliga, Stuttgart to be at home to welcome St. Pauli, and of course in the Italian Serie A, Lecce they will be playing host to Cagliari. In the Spanish La Liga, Real Betis against Real Sociedad. Which one of them will be the realist? We see today, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. That is when that particular game would be played. Talking about the Spanish La Liga, let's take a look at tomorrow's games in the English Premier League. You're still listening to AM Sports on IBR 92.5 FM. This is your Breakfast Sport Show on radio and the sport headquarters in Southwest Nigeria. We're going to be seeing the Merseyside derby tomorrow. Liverpool versus Everton Football Club. Don't you think this is coming too early for both teams?
I think it's the best time to face Everton as a Liverpool fan. I believe the game is going to be a tough one. That it is an early kickoff game for Liverpool is even enough to make it tough. And added to the fact that it's a Merseyside derby against Everton. Everton don't want to hear Liverpool. They will play with all their strength. Even if they are in their downtime, when they hear Liverpool like this, anywhere they face them, It's always going to be.
It's like a final against Liverpool
Exactly.
for Everton.
So beating Liverpool is like winning the trophy for Everton at the moment. You know, Liverpool have won more trophies than them. So if they get a win against Liverpool, they are always happy. Like
Even a draw.
Yes.
Look at the last season.
They will celebrate it like as if they won the trophy. So that game tomorrow is going to be a tough one, but I believe Liverpool will still win. A slim win for Liverpool against Everton tomorrow.
Other games to expect: Brighton against Tottenham Hotspur. Well, the Liverpool-Everton game is 12:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Brighton at the MX, they will face Tottenham. Burnley, Tough Moor, once again against Nottingham. West Ham United will battle Crystal Palace. Wolves will slog things out with Leeds United. Manchester United against Chelsea, 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. We'll talk about this extensively on Total Sport. Let me get your take about this United game against Chelsea. United struggling. Chelsea, they're not doing badly, by the way. What do you think about this game?
Based on their recent form, you say Chelsea should have the day, but it's always a tough game also between United and Chelsea. United will want to prove that they are one of the biggest clubs in England. Chelsea also, playing with all their grit against United. So last time out, Chelsea won against them 1-0 in the Premier League. So that morale, Maresca having that morale against them is going to come to play tomorrow. So I believe Chelsea is either they win tomorrow against United or get a draw at Old Trafford.
Alright, so we'll keep our fingers crossed to see how that all goes on. For Real Madrid in La Liga, Madrid will battle Espanyol, and of course Athletic Club will face Valencia tomorrow in the Spanish La Liga. Alright, we have to go right now. Goodness, because of our time, we have to go. Thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
Let's wrap today on AM Sport on IBR 92.5 FM. This is your Breakfast Sport Show on radio and the sport headquarters in Southwest Nigeria. Simply the biggest and the best. Until this afternoon, 3:05 to 4 p.m. when Total Sport comes your way again, I am Kenny